Okay, I think seems like we have stopped writing. For what's left, let's try to read the notes so that we can have a discussion in 1 second. I'll add like 30 seconds more to the timer to read the notes. Okay, now for the discussion. Does anybody feels like going in first? Five, four, three, two, one. I don't know. Maybe you, Gideon?
Sure. I mean, I just detect a general vibe of things feel better. You know, they feel like there's more energy in the system. People are excited. It's starting to become more fun again. It's yeah. It just so I would say that's the big thing I'm taking away from most of this stuff. Um, and Yeah, also it feels like we're starting to get better at planning. Like there's still a lot more work to do, but like the systems that we're putting in place are starting to kick in, and I can see there's a good trajectory there. I will pass it to Nate.
Yeah, I generally agree with all of that. I think that the things like the bonding curve research group, I think the ecosystem around token engineering is starting to really grow, and I think that's really exciting. Um, I also think the internally doing the stand-ups that we have currently, everybody's just kind of leaning into their own uh, way of doing stand-up. So I think that's really good and keeps people informed. Um, and I really excited about the whole TCAN aspect of things, and so really excited for what TAM has to bring with the TCAN development. So it's pretty cool. Um, yeah, and I'll pass it over to TAM.
Cool. Yeah, I love reading. I love reading what everyone sees that goes well because there's so much that I don't actually know about sometimes and other people see. And I really like that. I think the things that jump out for me is the clarity around our initiatives. And I think the work that was done a lot by Bear on organizing our the budget for the upcoming funding round and focusing like what the priorities are and focusing on that. I think that's so many hours go into that one forum post, and I also think that brings clarity to ourselves and to everyone in the community. The note that, or the thing that Gideon mentioned just at the beginning of this call about Ocean possibly sponsoring one of the QF rounds was really, really exciting and a huge testament to all of the work that the coordination team has been doing to, to reorganize our granting process focused around grant matching. I think it's really paying off. And I won't take any more time. I'll pass to um, H. Henniart, J. Henniart.
Yeah, I'll just keep mine short. I like the addition of the community call and getting people in a central place to talk about like anything token engineering related. And yeah, and just the I think looking from the outside looking in, definitely getting better at planning. I'll pass it back to NT.
Cool, thanks. I don't think everyone went, but for the sake of time, I'll open it one for just 1 second to see if anyone has something important to add. If not, we'll move on to the next part. Um, yep. 5.
Yeah, I'll just say I totally agree with everything I was gonna say was said by everyone. I'm really excited. I think all the initiatives are doing really well. BCRG, TES, and TQF, and there's a few posts, stickies here about that, and so it just feels good. It's like we must be doing something right, you know. If just there's a lot of good stuff coming out of this organization right now, and yeah, that feels really good. And I love the community call. Excited for more of those.
Nice. Yeah, me too, honestly. Okay, well, let's jump on to the next question. Stop. What should we stop doing, or what needs improvement in general? Again, 10 minutes starting now. I see the piece for this question has slowed down quite a bit. So for those who are not writing, um, consider just read through the notes so that when the time finishes here, we can go straight into the discussion.
Yeah, I'll jump in. I think I wrote 4 posts here. So, and I saw on this first one, I saw some overlap with others, which is about the forum. So how can, like, there's been such great activity on the forum, but also some of the bigger posts have not had any activity. So how do we get people engaged with the forum? I think what I would propose is having a space in Discord. I don't know what the container or the call would be exactly, but like maybe it's the community call, maybe it's something else, but a time where we review the forum posts as a community and go through them. Almost like param parties, but like forum parties, something like that. Yeah, and I guess my second post is related. It's like utilize Discord more. The community call was awesome, and I think we should think of what other kind of calls or gatherings we have in Discord, and then even just more of a culture of just jumping in. I would love to see some ad hoc, like open dev sessions, just not even scheduled, just people hopping in here. It's always nice when people are sort of randomly in a VC, and then you can just hop in and see what they're working on. Yeah, then a point on our website, like I've just realized the other day how many amazing things we've funded, like the Academy, the whole Praise app, not to mention conviction voting in the ABC, and then Num Focus, which just put out their whole grant thing, which was originally funded by us, and then Blossom Labs and Inverter Network and BCRG and Stakeholder Study, so many cool things. And then the my last post here is about token utility. I think now is a really big time to have discussions around token utility as we're moving towards the OP migration. And yeah, I'll just pass it on to whoever wants to jump in.
Anyone wants to discuss anything about the second question? From all of them, I've. Oh, go ahead, Gideon. I can go last.
Okay. So, the one thing that feels like we're getting so close, but we're not quite there yet, is I would call it like the middle gear. Like there's the big gear in terms of like the planning that we do for each of the proposals, when they go up in the forum. So we've got like these kind of big picture things. And then we have the small gear of like our tasks. We're getting, I think, a lot better at tracking our tasks. But I feel like there's still a little bit of work in like the middle gear of converting the big picture into these, the big gears into the small gears. We need a middle gear that is constantly grinding and looking like a few weeks or like a month or so ahead to make sure that we are timing things and getting and staying on track so that we don't get pinched by time, and especially this is going to be especially important as we get better at promoting stuff. So I think there's some work to be done on that. And also I echo the +1 to the utility, token utility, and just income generation. Those are important, and we need to start focusing on those again.
Anyone else? Well, I guess I'll just jump in very quickly. I think, yeah, I agree with all of them. Luckily, to some extent, any of these critiques or things we need to improve seem to be like that related to us, which means we are either related in the sense of like the purpose was really to to check how on how we are working ourselves and things that we can improve at the process level. Uh, so it's either we are doing pretty good or maybe there's some things we are not noticing. But anyways, I think that there's um we 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 are working a lot of on our perception and we're getting better at that and I believe things like the getting a quote from Gerald Magic for the website and doing some more activities, which well Nate is working on anyways. I think those are fairly low effort or easy things we can do to achieve a really big impact. Um, so maybe it's about time we start to look more into that and like the website and publicity of forum posts and all that. Uh, yeah, I'll open it for 1 second to see if anyone else wants to jump in. If not, we'll move on to the last question. Let me add um, quote. Okay.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
everyone's really said it already. I guess the thing is around the forum posts. I just started a new thread to talk about like just one little piece of the TEC migration to see if we could start getting dialogue around the pieces, because I think, eating the whole elephant is just too much. So one bite at a time. But I also, there's Gideon mentioned once tweeting some of these posts out and getting like a wider net. I think could be really interesting too. Um, because I don't know. It just seems like we want to spread these farm, not all of them, but like some of them. We want to just to get a lot of people to start engaging in them. But yeah, that's it. And then the token utility I thought was a really interesting post to, especially to combine with the migration to OP. It seems like a great opportunity to visit that too.
Nice. Thanks.
I rushed at the end because
Uh,
I heard a timer was going out.
nah, it we usually go. To be honest, we usually go over the 5 minutes, but thanks. um, cool. Okay, well, let's go with the last one. We are like 10 minutes from the top of the hour. We're probably going over by just 5 to 10 minutes. If anyone needs to jump in at the top of the hour, feel free to do so. Yeah, last question. Ideas to try what we may want to start. The timer is going now. GM Grief, you're just going over our Sprin retrospective.
GM, yeah.
Feel free to jump in. The link is there. We are just going with the last question of ideas and things we may want to start. I'm probably cutting this question to half time. Like we just use somewhere around 5 minutes because we never use the 10 minutes on this question. We'll see. Mm, I think we can. I see it in writing, but I think we can. Oh, let me see. Let's wait just 1 minute more. Okay, maybe I can just stop the timer now and we just get to discuss till the top of the hour or a few minutes past. Um, if anyone wants to jump in first, feel free to. We can discuss some of the notes here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe I can take the time just for the comms discussion. First, yeah, I usually can do 5 p.m. New York time. Today it's I don't think I can probably do like 7 or 8 p.m. New York time. Does that work for you, Griff?
Yeah, for me, the later the better tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
So whatever time works for you, and then yeah, we can just DM. The later the better, though. And if
Okay.
anyone else wants to join, does anyone else want to regularly join the calls, or how does this usually work, Isaac? I mean, maybe we just think about it and then we'll sync tonight, and then we'll figure out a plan going forward.
Yeah, that works. And I guess, is anyone interested in joining that like thinking call today, or just to know who we loop in to get the hour? Joseph asked, "What is the agenda of the call?" I don't think there's. Well, you, Griff, correct me. I don't imagine there's like a set agenda, but more than anything, just seeing what needs to be done, at least while Gideon is away, and how do
Yeah.
we organize all that?
Yeah, exactly. I think the main thing will be to figure out, like, as far as a weekly thing, it would be to figure out comms targets. Like, it's just good to have one goal every week for the TC Twitter, because that's what I'm going to manage. And then if there's any other comms related things, like I saw redoing the website on there, that's something that could come up in this call if we wanted to try to make moves on that. But the main thing is just figuring out what our targets are for the week. Like it looks like this week it would be getting the forum posts to be visible, and and any other side targets that then the Twitter can try to engage with and promote. And it might also be sometimes like outreach or other interesting directions to go with our reach.
Cool. Yeah. I guess, well, we are all here. Yeah, Joseph, I'll add the regular call to the calendar, but at least for today, we're going to do a bit different. Is everyone able to do, let's say, 8 p.m. New York time? I think that's it. Yeah, 8 p.m. ET.
8 p.m. New York time tonight, and then, but normally that 5 p.m. slot would be preferred.
Just, I don't know, drop an emoji, a reaction, or in the chat if you're able to, or not, to see. In the meantime, I guess we can talk about other ideas. I don't know. Does anyone from the folks that added those wants to like express a bit of the reasoning, or how do you see it going? Thanks, Tam. See you later.
Thanks, everyone.
But uh, okay. Well, people seem to be shy with their ideas. That's fine.
I will say the token utility conversation is something that should be a lot higher priority, especially as the OP migration is about to happen. OP is kind of just the one piece of the bigger puzzle, and I think token utility is something we really need to discuss as a community.
Something we can do is, if anyone feels like it, just tomorrow we have the planning. Just like lead that. We can add that as a task, and whoever takes on the task, maybe I do it even myself, but just in general, whoever takes on the tasks should schedule that session to talk about utility, or if not a session, a document, something like that. Cool. Yeah. Um, something else, or I don't know, with regards to the comms call, seems like Joseph is not here. Sean is interested in casually dropping in, and Bear can do 8 p.m. So maybe we do the 8 p.m. between Grief, Bear, and I, and you, Sean. Of course, free to jump in whenever you want to.
Yep, and the weeks going forward, I didn't hear anyone say it's a blocker, so 5 p.m. Eastern, and we'll try to add it to the calendar probably tonight during our call.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good. I'll open the floor just once again, and if not, we can call.
Well, is
We can
this
call
our
this call a
last
wrap.
call? Is this our last call with Gideon as a team?
Yeah, I take off early tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I just put notes into everybody in the group chats. I'm not going to be checking group chats, but if I'll probably be checking Discord every other day, every 2 to 3 days. So if there's something that is urgent, just drop me a direct message to me. I'll look for those things.
Well, have a great trip, Gideon. Have a blast, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm already getting super excited. Yeah. Well, I'll miss you guys, and yeah.
I'll be expecting some crazy Japanese histories when you come back.
Yeah. We'll have some. All right, all.
Well,
Thank you.
thanks
Have a
everyone.
good
See
trip,
you.
Gideon. Thank you.
See you later.
Oh,
Thanks.
bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Catch you later.